But one particular day, I don't know, 1993, I picked it up and I played a guitar riff, and everybody in the room went, "Wow, that's pretty cool." And somebody recorded it. The next day I came back in and I said, "I seem to have forgotten that great guitar riff I played yesterday." And it took all day to find it because he had mislabeled it as a mandolin riff, but we did finally get it back. And then Sarah had just moved over from Sweden a few weeks earlier, and she picked me up at the session. We went home, we watched some TV, saw a little documentary about how they made the Sgt. Pepper album, which is 4-track, 4 channels. George Martin sitting in that old EMI console with, there was like the faders, and how they got all of that onto 4 tracks. I mean, an 8-year-old today with a laptop has 256 tracks of GarageBand at his disposal. They did it with 4. So she said, "What's 4-track recording? That seems cool." So I'm like, "Yeah, that's why we don't have I have a dining room table. It's because it's all my 4-track recorder, cassette recorder, and all the wires and stuff. So record something for me," she said. So I had the guitar riff, and I made a little arrangement out of it. I had a keyboard that had sounds on it. That's what you had then. And I recorded a little thing and played it back for her, and expected, like, "Wow, you're so talented." And what I got was, "Okay, well, now sing it." And I tried to explain, well, songwriting it's a craft. It's not just something you do. You need a chorus and a title and a concept, and then you write verses, and then the chorus doesn't fit with the verses anymore, so you change the chorus, and then you realize that you've ruined the whole thing, and then you start over, and eventually, the 1% inspiration, 90% perspiration, you end up with a song. At this point, she's falling asleep because that was boring as fuck. I mean, really. But I heard this voice in my head, this very deep voice. It was the guy from the Crash Test Dummies. I don't know if you remember him, but yeah, it was his voice in my head. Anyway, I went into made a demo of that, just sang it. These words just came out, except for the last line, which Sarah woke up and fed me. Thank you, honey, for that. We wouldn't be here today if it weren't for that. I brought it into our session the next day, played it for the people I was working with, and the producer said to the artist we were working with, "Do you think you could sing that?" And I'm like, "What? Are you kidding?" He didn't ask, "Do you want to sing it?" Because she probably would have said, "That's a weird, fucked up song. I'm not going to sing that." But he said, "Do you think you could sing that?" And she said, "Yeah, I can sing the phone book right out the lyrics." So I wrote out the lyrics, and we recorded it, and it was it. We just looked around the room, and we all knew that lightning had struck in this particular bottle for that time. And anyway, the rest is history. So Tania and I have done another version of the song. We found another setting for it musically, and in fact, if you do end up with that CD that we have out there, we've recorded this version with a great performance by Ladysmith Black Mambazo, who it's from Paul Simon, Graceland fame, and they're an amazing a cappella group. They've been together since the 60s. There's one original member. He's 88 years old now, and they happened to do a version of this song, and I was able to put it all together. Anyway, enough of my yak, and I'm going to play the guitar riff so you all recognize that. Go, "Oh my God, you wrote that!" But then we're going to do our version of it. Was that too long? It's our last show. I can do it.
We're having a nice time, Melbourne. Thank you so much.
Anyway.
God had a name, what would it be, and would you call it to his face? If you were faced with him in all his glory, what would you ask if you had just one question? And yeah, God is great, yeah, God is good, yeah, just a slab like one of us, just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home.
If God had a face, what would it look like, and would you want to see? If seeing meant that you would have to believe in things like heaven and in Jesus and the saints and all the prophets, and yeah, God is great, yeah, God is good, oh yeah, well, what if God was one of us, just a slab like one of us, just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home,
just like a holy rolling stone,
back up to heaven all alone.
Nobody calling on the phone now,
except for the Pope maybe in Rome.
What if God was one of us, just a slab like one of us,
Just a stranger on the bus,
trying to make his way home, just trying to make his way home. Just trying to make his way home. Fun fact, Prince recorded a mere 3 covers in his whole career, and one of them was One of Us. He also said that he wished he'd written it. That makes all of us.
He also said that Joan Osborne wrote it, but they did spell my name right.